that's where they do it, is they type it into that chat box. Is that correct?
Well, actually, we could probably unmute them. That's what we'll do. And yeah, so this way we'll get everybody on board here with some interaction. But yes, I did receive some emails, so that's good. But I'll try probably to pick on you and open line.
Okay.
Let me pull up my camera. That's not
And if
fun.
everyone could use the chat, uh, and if everyone can use the chat area, not the questions area, that'll be great. There's an area that says questions and an area that says chat, and I'm hanging out over in the chat area. So definitely put your comments in there.
Sounds awesome. I see the chat area, the question area. Where is that? Is that higher?
It is higher.
Okay.
So I just wrote, hello, everyone. Welcome to the call in the chat area. So let's all keep our comments down there, and then I'll be looking out for you guys over there.
I think people post their questions in the questions section. Do you see that, Jenny?
Sure, I see that. I just can't respond there.
Oh, you need to click on one of them, and then you can type at the bottom.
So does it go to everyone? Oh,
Yes.
I see. Okay, I can do that up there then.
Because
That's fine.
I don't know why, but people cannot do it in the chat box. I don't know why it's like that.
So there we go. Okay. Well, we're right at the bottom of the hour. Stefan, are you ready to get started?
Let's get started. I'd love to do that.
Well, I will officially welcome everybody then, just before I hand it over to Stefan, and say thanks for being here. It is so fun to get together as a team and to feel the energy and to get all of our training done and learn some new things that help us build a thriving business. And so, Stefan, thank you for the opportunity tonight to be able to ask questions and just give us your time and be able to get all these things where we've got burning questions or things we don't understand that we can get answers and be off and running again. So I'll turn it over to you, Stefan.
Thank you very much, Mary Lee. So let me pull it up here. I've got, first of all, it happens very frequently where people call me, message me. I receive emails sometimes, and people are trying to get answers to some questions, and they reach out personally, but sometimes what can happen is that their question can benefit the whole team. And we don't do these calls very often, and so we thought, you know what, why don't we do a special, actually from last week, we can see a lot of people asking questions, and we thought, hey, why don't we open it and get your questions answered and do a Q&A session. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. And I have, I see here in the chat box, the first person who said I did send my questions, it was Brian Bibbs. So Brian, I have your email here, and I'm going to read a part of it because there's a lot of text here, but I got the whole concept here of what you were trying to say. What I'll do is I'll answer your questions, and then I'll open the line so that you can talk, and you know, if there's anything else I can add here. So first thing is, you said it does seem like the capture pages are coming along well and being developed with SlenderX campaigns already online, and the business side capture pages in development from what you guys said last Monday. So I'm not too worried about the capture pages because you guys are working on them. Then you say, I know those are hugely important. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so good. And all right, and there was something else you said. Oh yeah, professional grade development and tools being built for capture pages. And the second thing is communication qualities and how to say what we do, what we should say to our prospects. That's Arlene's class with Marilee. So we cover those two things. Your question is, how do we get cold market to see our capture pages? In short, we need cold market leads and prospects to talk to. To us, this is the most important thing lacking in the training we get from Limitless at the moment for myself and my small team. We don't have the people to talk to. We are waiting for training on how to collect cold market leads. Great question. Here's my take on this. It's very simple. If we started by coaching you guys on lead generation, and by the way, those who've been with us for a while, we've been teaching lead generation methods, some time ago. But anybody who's new, if we start to coach you on these, and we say, okay, let's, you can generate leads through Facebook, through personal contacts, through, get referrals, you can place ads on classified websites, whatever the way. If we teach you those things, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get a bunch of people that you drive traffic where? You don't have a sales funnel. You don't have a marketing funnel. If you don't have capture pages, a sales process, so you don't have anywhere to send those people that traffic to. And then let's say you have somewhere to send them to, and then you collect those leads and people ask information or whatever, and then you call, but you have no idea what to say, how to say it, you're going to mess up with your leads. So the reason we started coaching or putting in place the marketing funnels and communication skills is that so when we get to lead generation and you've got traffic and you've got prospects to talk to, then number one, you can drive the traffic to a capture page, a sales funnel, and number two, you can talk to them effectively. So you're not going to need 100 leads a day, because with less, you can get more people involved in the business if you know how to communicate and interact with them. And when I talk about communication, it could be video communication that you send out or you create a video. It could be an email that you write. It could be a text message on your phone or through Facebook messaging. Okay, it doesn't matter the mean of communication. The goal is you need to understand how to communicate. So that's why the lead generation is lacking. It's because we haven't gone there yet. Although any one of you can learn this. Right? You don't necessarily just need us to teach you this stuff. How do we learn about these things? Like every single day, well, I can't say every single day, but I would say at least 3 times a week, I'm diving into some training that teach me about lead generation. Either it's Facebook marketing, video marketing. Right now, I'm studying video marketing. I haven't done that much. And so there's so many resources out there. The challenge is not in lead generation or traffic. It's really in the funnel itself. So that's why we've been focused on these pieces first. And then we're going to move into the lead generation. All right, so Brian says, great, makes a lot of sense. What I'll do, Brian, is I'll just locate you on the list here, and I just want to unmute you for a quick second and make sure if there's anything else. Okay, you're unmuted, Brian.
Testing?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Great, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I appreciate that explanation. So as long as knowing that it's coming in the future, it's no longer a concern, I guess. I thought I missed a training or something important or something along the way.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. And, the lead generation, I would say, is the easy part because there's so many training out there and you can learn it. The tough part is really the marketing funnels, the tools that help you convert those visitors into leads and then the leads into prospects who show real interest and the prospects into either business partners or customers. And so that's the big part. The lead generation, you can always find ways in training that drive traffic. So yeah, that's what it is. And the reason I'm telling you this is that you shouldn't wait for us right now. I know it's going to come, that's great, but you should actually step up and learn the techniques and tricks to get leads. For example, I'm going to give you one example. First, when I got started with cold market, I bought leads. So I was buying leads, paying a couple dollars a lead, and I was calling those prospects. And I would close. It was 4 to 5%, 4 point something percent sign up ratio on the number of leads I was buying. And then I decided to generate my own leads, and I started to place ads in free classified websites. I didn't need a funnel. All I needed was to collect their phone number. That's what I was asking in the message. So there's many different ways. So So is that good for you, Brian, so far?
Yes, that works. So it in addition to learning on our own, it is planned in the curriculum, if you will, to get to how to start generating cold market leads for our future downline. I mean, that training I imagine is planned for one day.
It is. I would say this is more advanced stuff.
Okay.
And here's why. The reason I say it's more advanced, it's because in network marketing, you can go and learn lead generation and get prospects, and it's great. But you will find that still today, the biggest growth in network marketing, where you have the most duplication, it's through personal contacts. Just look around and ask, and you can look in our Facebook group and check for how did people go for gold? How many of them did it with cold market? Most of them did it with personal war market. And some will say, well, I posted in Facebook. Yeah, but who's on your Facebook? It typically is your extension of your, war market. It's just another way to reach out to people you know. So we try to focus the foundation of building your business on your personal network. So that's how we want to help people get to gold. And then when we go more advanced and people want to learn more, yes, dive into online marketing or placing ads and whatever. And the reason that we take that like as a second step or a little bit later is because it requires time to learn marketing. Just to learn the psychology, of placing my ads, how do I attract those prospects, what kind of message I need to convey. I mean, all of this stuff. Because I could give you an ad and say, okay, here's the ad I'm running right now. And there would be 100 people tonight after this call who would just go and place that exact same ad in the exact same place I placed it, and it would not have the same, impact. So the goal is that you want to learn these things, and so it takes time for you to learn the marketing stuff. So we just try to focus on helping you get your first couple people on board with your own contacts, and then you dive into some more advanced marketing. And at that point, you already have a network in place. You already have a couple people on board. You work with them and their contacts. And by that time, you're also learning and implementing some, more advanced strategies, so you never run out of prospects. Does that make sense?
Very good. Yes. Do we have time to address the second part about the presentation stuff?
Yeah, you can. I didn't read it here, but go ahead. Ask your question.
Yes, just whenever we talk about going through the inviting steps, and then we generally close to action and then show them brilliant compensation is what I understand we usually do, and then afterwards we follow up and we set a time to show them, those that are interested, we show them a presentation. I keep hearing this word presentation, but I don't know what that is. Could we go into what that is?
Sure. Okay. There's many tools that you can use. If the person if someone who's done network marketing before, I would show them the videos of why Tim Sales chose RX. That video is a great one. If someone has never done MLM before, I'd say whyrx.com. That's a great introduction to the company. And then after that, you could give them, let's say, an overview of the product line that Deanna did, like, there was no compromise or something like this. That could be something that you could use. I developed, and that's why we're currently creating all these funnels with Limitless. It's because we want to have everything under one roof. But I created Team Automator, and my Team Automator website is a place where people are taking through a process of learning about the company, and it creates some sense of urgency for them to join, and instead of delaying. So that's been a very effective, I would say, funnel that I've used. And so we're currently, looking at integrating all of these things inside of Limitless. So if you do have Team Automator, you can use that now. If not, I would go with the other options I just gave you earlier. So Tim sells why he chose RX or yrx.com, and you could have one or two videos that will explain, the business, or the products, cover the products as well. A little bit, not too much, because you could send a whole email with all kinds of links, and that's too much. So that's the reason I created Team Automator, is number one is to create sense of urgency, but also having one website where everything is shown.
Okay. That kind of leads to a couple follow-up questions. When you show them these videos or these links, do you stay on the line with them, or is this is another incident, moment of following up with them and closing to action and giving them more homework to look at for the, for these videos?
It is. It's the last one. It's I just send them the information and then I follow up with them. I don't want to be there. Yeah. But I mean, of course, that could be more effective if you're standing there waiting and they watch. But, I was with my father. He used Team Automator, the French version. And he was with Prospects today, a guy who sells cars. So they have a Honda dealership. And so you walked in the office and the guy was shown interest, like he was qualified. So my father set an appointment. So we walk in the office, and I was expecting to do some kind of presentation, but my father said, "Hey, go to my website, teamautomator.com/ his domain." And the guy goes there and he says, "Just watch the video." And we're just waiting there. And so the guy watched like the first little intro, and it's okay. Watch the second one, third one, fourth. And so he took like 8 minutes to take them through, the various videos in there, and that was it. He says, "That's it. That's how I do it." He told the guy, "I just show you the videos. The videos do the job for me. Now, what did you like so far?" And so you could do that if you're sitting with someone on the phone. I mean, I would just rather send them and schedule an appointment to talk again. That's the way I've been doing it.
Okay, so whatever you think you're going to show them, you just kind of find out about how long it takes to watch it, and then ask for about approximate appropriate length of time after they might have finished watching the videos to do a follow-up.
Yeah, the close to action step of the inviting formula. So if I have you on the line and I say, "Okay, I'm going to send that website to you right now," or you have a pen handy? Yeah, okay, write this down. And okay, when do you plan to review this? It's going to take a couple minutes, but there's a couple of videos you want to watch. So when do you plan to do this? And so that's typically my question. Like, I'm going to send it out in the next couple minutes. When do you plan to review this? And the reason I say and this is funny because when I say it's funny, it's because it's a small little advice I'm giving you here, which is, I mean, I've tested it so many times in various ways. But if I say to someone, "Okay, I'm going to send you an email, and when do you plan this week, or do you have any plans to review this? What's your schedule?" And typically they're going to say, "Oh, give me the week. Let's talk next week," or something like that. But if I say, "I'm going to send it to you right now," and you're going to have it in about 1 or 2 minutes, when do you plan to review this? Because I told them they're going to receive it right now, they feel that I'm expecting them to watch it now, but I'm not putting it as pressure. And typically people will say, "Well, I'll watch it this afternoon, or I'll watch it tonight," instead of postponing me for a week. And so then I said, "Okay, you plan to watch it tonight? Great. So let's talk. Is tomorrow best, or you prefer later tonight after you're done reviewing?" And they say, "Well, tonight." "Okay, great. What's a good time? Is 9 good for you?" "Yeah." "Okay, boom, we're talking about it."
Fantastic. Great. All right, thanks, Stefan. That answers my urgent questions that I had. I'm sure there'll be more in the future, but this handles everything that was bothering me. Thank you very much.
Okay, my pleasure, Brian. Talk to you soon. Okay, so Jennifer, I see. Wow, there's been so many comments and things. So I'll let you guide me here if there's any question we can answer or something. I think you are muted. Or you just don't want to talk. Jenny, where are you? Let me check.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, awesome. We have a bunch of good questions here.
Okay, you want to ask? Because I've got one here that I can go on in a couple minutes when we're done with these others. So go ahead.
Okay, so one is from Mufasta, and he says, what is the sequence of events we take a fat loss, weight loss lead through once we get their info?
Wow, that was fast. Could you repeat that?
Sure. What is the sequence of events we take a fat loss, weight loss lead through once we get their info?
Okay.
Well, so in Mufasta, I'll just partly let you know that once they enter their info and you get it, they're going to be watching that Tim Sales video. That's where they are. So when you follow up with them, they would have watched the Tim Sales video. That's where they're directed to once they enter their info. So that's how the funnel works. But Stefan, let you take it from there.
Okay. Hey, Mufasa, good to see you here. And did I say Mufasa? What did I say? Anyway, Mustafa, my friend from Egypt, good to see you here. As soon as a lead come in, I try, and I say I try, okay, because I don't do it all the time. So if you opt into one of my leads and you're, my opt-in page, and you're wondering like how comes I'm not calling you, it's just sometimes I just can't. But if I can right away, I'm going to call them, even if they just fill out the form. And the reason is because people are easily distracted online. And so what's going to happen is if they opt in, they go to that video, they start to watch, and then whoops, something like, Facebook pops a message, they click on it, or they get distracted, they may not watch it all right away. So if I do interact, like I get on the phone, call them right away, and I say, hey, Mustafa, you just fill out a form online. What, I just wanted to make sure you did receive the link to watch the video, and whatever. So I just do the little introduction and say, wow, yeah, I just did it. I didn't even have a chance to watch the video. Oh, that's great. Well, just wanted to touch base and let you know that there's a real person behind this. And so I'll give you some time to watch it. If we talk again in a couple minutes, is that good for you? You say, yeah, perfect. Let's talk. Let me write this down. Let's say 45 minutes from now, I'll give you a quick call. Is that good? Yeah, boom. That's it. Here's what's going to happen. Mustafa, you're going to be focused on that video now, because you've got someone calling you back in a couple minutes. So you're not going to get distracted. You're probably going to watch it right away, and then we connect again. So that's my best advice. So how fast you can do it, that's fine, even if they haven't watched it. I just call them right away. And if not, well, I call them as soon as I can. All right, that's my my pattern. And so the sooner you're going to get the best results. So some people will say, well, I hear all these gurus that don't call their prospects. You know what? The day you start to generate 15, 20, 30 leads a day, it's going to be a different story. Okay? Until then, the little bit amount of leads you have, if you've got 5 leads come in, call them. All right? You're just going to have a better ratio. It's going to take you less people to get a new person on board. That's all it is. And so, there you go. Hope it answers your question, Mustafa. Okay, Jenny. Oh,
awesome.
Mustafa,
did you say you had one that you were?
Yeah, actually, Mustafa, you were asking also about the funnel, where you take them through. So that was the answer to the, when do you call them? What do you take them through? Well, first thing is going to be Tim's webinar. If they're on the fat loss or weight loss funnel, they're going to watch that. And he explains pretty much all that the person needs to know. All right, he talks about the education they're going to get. He talks about the products. He talks about the cost. He talks about what's included, like each one product. So typically at this point, what you have to do is you just talk to them and you reassure them of, that's a good decision for them to make. So that's all it is. I would just tell my story if I have a story on the product. If I don't, I tell other people's stories. And that's the way I would do it. And I would say, if it's not this, then what? Like, do you have another option? You've learned, you've heard the webinar. Tim talks about all these various ways that you could lose weight, but all the problems that come with those other programs, you regain the weight and all of this. Well, this program is the ultimate program, and that's why you need to be ready. If you're ready, this is it. If you're not, go for another program. You'll eventually come back to us. So there's nothing else really that I would share at this point. That's probably what I would just focus on, just getting them that video, answer their questions if they have any, and you could at least do a 3-way call with someone if someone else can help you answer those questions. That's a pretty simple funnel.
Awesome. Yeah. And also, when you talk to them, ask them about their weight loss goals. Ask them why they want to lose weight. Ask them how long they've been trying it. What have they done before? What worked, what didn't work? I think that, it's really important to spend time just connecting with people and learning. And they'll talk themselves into buying the product. You'll find when you do that. You start asking them questions, and next thing you know, they'll talk themselves into it. You know what? I am ready. And yeah, I would be able to have fit into those clothes I haven't worn in a while, or I'll be able to have more energy. Like, ask them questions that get them talking themselves into doing it.
Exactly.
How's that, Stefan? Okay, so I have some other questions, but Stefan, did you have one that you said that you wanted to answer?
No, I'll answer later.
Okay. Another one was from Sarah Jane, and she said that she has watched Tim's boss videos and was unable to participate in Arlene's class. Is there anywhere else she could go to learn about communicating with leads? How can she build that skill?
So she went through the boss, or she couldn't?
She said, can you direct me? Actually, I'm assuming she did. She says, communicating leads outside of Tim's boss videos. So Sarah Jane, you say outside of Tim's videos. If you could just put in the questions box and to clarify, have you done Tim's boss videos? Let's see what she says here.
It's probably, if we want to learn more, I guess that's probably the question.
Maybe more, because she says outside of Tim's. Yeah, she's done Tim's boss videos. Okay.
So first of all, Tim launched a Professional Inviter and Brilliant Communicator, and you can find those two if you go to firstclassmlmtools.com. So firstclassmlmtools.com, you can find Professional Inviter, Brilliant Communicator. Brilliant Communicator, it's the 10 communication qualities, and there's a big, thick workbook that's an incredible program that you can go through. And actually, Arlene, who's on our webinar right now, she's the one who wrote that book. All right, and so these are the tools that you could learn more about the inviting formula and the 10 communication qualities. And actually, Tim even recorded live calls that he did with prospects. You get to learn the inviting formula. He takes you through it, and you get to hear how he does it with real prospects. Those are really more details and more detailed. And what happened is a couple of years ago, I was signing up people into the business, and I was putting them through, let's say, Professional Inviter. And I was telling Tim, the issue I'm running into is that many people go through that and they take a month, 2 months to just learn and learn and learn and practice and all of that, because there's so much great stuff in there, and they feel like they need to master this all. And he says, yeah, I need to create an abridged version that's going to get people started quickly. And those who really need help with those communication skills, then they could go and purchase the whole program. So that's how he actually designed the boss. It's the abridged version that gets you started. You understand the concept of communication. You can get practice, and you can actually start to sign up people in the business. But if you want to dive deeper, that's what those programs are about. And actually, Arlene and Marilee are doing a class on Thursday to dive into these things. And so that's that's all advanced stuff for people who want to really get good at this.
Hey, Stefan.
Yes.
This is Arlene, and she really wants to learn how to invite and get the greeting, the qualify, and the invite going. CD number 3 of Professional Inviter, Tim, that's in a nutshell. CD number 1 is an introduction. CD number 2 is the 10 communication qualities, but CD number 3 gets into the greeting and the qualify. And he does a beautiful job. It doesn't take that long to listen to it, and it doesn't take that long to, on your way to work, on wherever you're driving, just pitch that CD in there, listen to it. After you listen to it about 4 times, you're going to be saying the same scripts. You'll pick up those qualifiers, and you'll notice as Tim goes from a greeting to a qualify, he stays in that greeting longer than most of us do. And he'll say, okay, or that's right, or and he'll kind of breathe and say, okay, and he'll move on to the next qualifier or invite. So if you listen to that 3 or 4 times, that would be a quick version also, besides just going to the boss.
Awesome. Thank you, Arlene. So if you want to get those training programs, on his website, when you go through the cart and it asks for a promo code, enter RX. Capital, no capital, doesn't matter. Just put in RX in there and you're going to get the discount. So that's, of course, don't get that out on the web. It's just for people who are in RX. All right. Jenny, do you think we answered Sarah Jane's question? Can't hear you, Jenny.
Oops. There we go. I believe so. Yes, I believe so. She says, thanks so much. Okay. And I have another question here, Stefan. This looks like it's a quick one from Terrence. He wants to know, we can use the Legacy Inner Circle video. I'm not familiar with what that is, but he wants to know if we can use the Legacy Inner Circle video for lead generation.
Oh, could that be inside of Tools Rock? Let's ask him.
Don't think so. Ask. Terrence, what are you referring to when you say the Legacy Inner Circle video?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No, that was in reference when you were asking Brian Bibb, and he was asking about lead generation. And I was just wondering, we can still use all those fantastic training videos that you and Marilee and Arlene put together for Facebook lead generation, and those methods still apply for learning how to generate leads, right?
Oh, you mean from yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, Facebook always updates. There's always new stuff. So what you will learn, because I did a training class a while back. I think that's what you're referring to. Is that right? Like how to place ads on Facebook?
Yeah, from the Inner Circle group. Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes, that was in uplineupdates.com. That's the team website we created 3 years ago, and we still have that website there. And so basically, yes, there's a training on Facebook. What you learn is probably just that when you go and place the ads, maybe the graphics or the way it's designed, it doesn't look exactly like in the training, but all the fundamental that are taught in that class are still relevant. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Pleasure. Okay, Jenny, it's you're leading.
Can you hear me again?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. The 3X support system. Here's a question. The 3X support system is not available. So when they sign somebody up on the clinical pack, what do they do? And this is from Nancy Johnson. But the 3X support system won't be available to them for 70 days from now. So how do we support people?
70 days? I'm not aware of that.
I know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know, Nancy. Maybe Nancy, you can clarify.
That's fine. It could be on the 3X.
I know, Stefan, that on the 3X.
What is it?
It is. It's on the 3X website. It just says 70 days. They've got a countdown going.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, cross your fingers. Okay, so I'm saying that it's just because Tim works until it's complete. Okay, he doesn't operate out of a timeline. He just takes the time it takes to make it. And once it's done, it's the best ever you've ever seen. Think of brilliant compensations video. He created that, I don't know, over 15 years ago. Still today, it's the best network marketing explanation you've ever heard. If you go to First Class MLM, not MLM Tools, but firstclassmlm.com, there are 3 videos that he recorded a while back that answer 3 of the objections. Like, one is, why do most people fail in MLM? I've never ever heard someone answer that objection better than Tim. Like, when Tim creates something, it's the best and it lasts for decades. And same with Professional Inviter, same with Brilliant Communicator. 3x Fat Loss is going to be the same thing. It's going to be the most incredible program. Now, why am I building up this case here? It's because it's taking time. I don't know how more, is it going to be 4 weeks? Going to be 8 weeks? Is it going to be longer? I don't know. I'm just working with the tools I have right now. Maybe we should not have, and that's an error that I have to apologize maybe to you, where maybe I should not have brought up 3x too hard. Like, I really talked about it, and we did this webinar with Tim a couple weeks ago, and we're kind of creating anticipation without having a deadline for it. So, with this being said, until it's officially launched, we need to work with what we've got. And what we've got is just incredible. We've got the most amazing weight loss platform, weight loss product that anybody has. Look at the clinical study. Look at the amazing results people are getting. So here's what we do. When I get someone on the program, they want to lose weight, I get them on the products, and then I explain to them what kind of food they need to eat, the protocol of what they need to follow, and I touch base with them every single, I would say every day. It's maybe a little bit hard, but I've got a guy right now who's been sending me Voxer messages every day, reporting his stats. It's just nonstop. Like, he sends me his messages every single day. So let me just check here.
Hey, Stefan and Steve and Marlene. Okay, well, we did wake up the next morning after starting yesterday. All good news. Everything went smoothly. So we're connected.
Okay, so that's one of them. I'm just going to play one more just to check if I can show you an example here.
Thanks, Stefan. That cleared it up for me.
Okay, that was a question. Okay, I could play. There's so many messages. I wish I could have got one, but he was saying, for example, today I'm at day 8, 12 pounds lost on the program. Everything's going well. So I'm keeping in touch with people who I've put on the program so that I know they're on track. If there's anything, okay, let's talk. Let's see. Let's find out, how we can help you and improve your results or whatever. So I'm just keeping them on the program. The products by themselves create amazing results. What 3x Fat Loss is going to do, it's an educational platform that people will learn why they're creating this fat in the first place, why they have the hormones, how they influence weight, how insulin influence, and all of this, and also why they take these products, not just for weight loss, but the long-term effect of these products. It's going to create high retention. It's also going to be an amazing marketing funnel. So I wish we would have it now. We don't have it right now, and the more we talk about it, the more people want to wait for it to be out. So that's why my focus is not there. I get customers on the program. Don't tell me I'm not getting customers. I am getting customers. But my focus is on building my business, because customers is easy. There's people around you who need to lose weight. Every single day you meet people, and you can get a customer here, customer there, but then I'm building my business. That's what I'm doing right now. Once we have 3x fat loss, we're going to run with this thing. It's going to be completely changing an industry. Right now, here's what you want. You want people on your team so that when 3x fat loss launches, you're not by yourself being in momentum. You've got a team in place that goes into high momentum. So that's why I'm building right now. So that's to answer your question about what do I do with them. I put them on the products and I follow up with them, make sure they know what food to eat, and that's what I'm doing.
Awesome,
Janet.
Stefan. Let me see if I have anything else. That's great. I think that you bring up a really good point. Just saying simply, you want to have the team in place before momentum hits. And gosh, Stefan, I mean that's so great, and that can be used towards your advantage. When you're talking to people and sharing with them about this, and if they know about the business opportunity, talk about positioning, right? Let's see here. I have another question here. Terrence again. He purchased the 3X Slenderized Clinical Pack last month. And what materials or group am I supposed to join? I'm not sure what he's referring to there.
Okay.
Actually, I think this may really follow up from Nancy's question as well, Stefan.
Okay, it's because we talked about some groups. Like some people on the team decided to do groups for their team, and that's what he's referring to. Like Arlene, Marilee, they put a group together for their people. I didn't do that. Okay, so I didn't create a group. All I did, like this guy that messaged me, he's all by himself. He's not part of a group, but every single day, hi Steve, how's it going? And he's reporting back, oh yeah, it's just amazing, just lost another pound, and it's short, like 15, 20-second message, but we're in touch. And I try to do that with every person I put on the program. So, but some people like Arlene and Marilee, they decide to create a group and they get together every single week and they report stats and discuss, things. So that's what it is. So that's how I'm working this thing. I mean, it's pretty simple. Put people on the program, get them to follow the protocol. It's all listed on the box and all that, and you're going to get results.
All right, awesome, Stefan. We're at about 15 after the hour. Do we want to take a few more, or what do you want to do here?
Okay, well, based from what you read from the questions, do you feel there's some that would be common that I've already answered, or is there something missing?
Let me move over the ones. There's a lot in 3X, so I'm going to go move past those. A lot in 3X. Nancy was asking about the training that you said that was on lead generation. How can she access those? I'm sure others may have that same question. You referenced the training that was on lead generation. How can that be accessed?
Okay. It's on this website, Upline Updates. And by the way, the reason we haven't talked about this website lately is because we're putting our Limitless support site together. John is finalizing the game, and the game is something that we're going to be getting new reps through when they join the business. And the game is just going to teach them, like from one level to the next, how to do the business and have success. So we're currently creating this, and then you'll have all the resources you need there. If you want to access Upline Updates, I can show you that. Like maybe we could post probably in our Limitless group on Facebook the way for you to log into that, because you need a password username, and that'll give you access to this. So Nancy, we can also email you or message you on Facebook. I mean, you and I are in touch, aren't you? I think we are. Yeah. So, yeah.
Awesome. That covered a lot of the major ones, Stefan, that I think everyone can benefit from for sure.
Okay. So talking about lead generation, I'm just going to probably close on this. Lead generation, there was Michael who called me this week, and he was asking me, actually, let me just go straight to my note real quick. Okay, he asked me, how did I get good at communication with my prospects? And I said, well, I practiced a lot. And I mean a lot, because I didn't speak English. So I had to learn. So I was reading scripts initially. And then from the scripts, I started to pick like the words and the questions they were asking me. I would record the calls so I would know, listen back and hear and try to understand what they asked me, things like that. So it was quite something. So I called thousands of leads, all right? And I recorded my calls so I can listen back, not just to them, but actually to myself, so I can improve on my communication skills, all right? Because that's the other thing is, you can do a call and then you think after the call and you're not sure what you said, how you said it, if it's really been helpful or whatever. So by recording yourself, you're able to really evaluate what you did good or bad. So that's one thing I did. And then he asked me, okay, well, how did you get your leads? And so initially I bought leads. So I went to like all kinds of websites, and then I finally figured out like Tim Sales was selling leads on his First Class MLM Tools website, and they have like firstclassmlmleads.com. So I went there and I purchased leads, and I would call them. And Arlene also did the same thing. We didn't know each other at the time, but she was calling, I don't know how many leads, and I was calling so many leads. That's how I got really, really good with the inviting formula. I was practicing that, listening to my calls and all that. So then here's what I did. One thing I didn't like about buying leads was that many of those people were people who were looking for data entry type of work. They wanted to do some, typing on the computer, whatever, from home. They didn't really want to do a business. And so I was getting a lot of objections against the, I don't want to recruit people. I don't want to be prospecting, these type of things. So I said, that would be nice. And I knew how to handle that because, again, my ratio was 4 to 5% sign up of the number of leads I would get. But I had a lot of work to do with them. So I would talk to them. They would have this objection. Well, I would send them to another video. And then I would come back and they have an objection. So I answer that objection. But they come up with another objection and I handle it. And eventually I'm signing up people. It's working. But it's a lot of work. So I said, okay, that would be nice if I didn't have to handle that MLM objection or the sales objection. So I said, who doesn't have that objection? Well, business owners, realtors, salespeople. So I said, I needed to find those individuals. Well, it's not by buying leads. Like maybe some of those may be in sales, but it's not the majority. So I started to search the free classified website like Craigslist. And I go on Craigslist and I look at all the people posting jobs in there. And I saw like there were categories which were sales and business development. There were categories like real estate for, getting a job in real estate, things like that. So I would go into, let's say, the real estate and I would post my ad. And my ad would say something like, and I wouldn't say a business opportunity because otherwise Craigslist will flag me and I'm not going to be able to post ads. So I would need to appear like a sales job or something like that without being a liar. So I just needed to be creative. So what I did is I would say, I don't know, new career outside of real estate. Why would I say that? Because first of all, it's in real estate. It would be different as a subject line than any other ad. And realtors who already have a job or work in that environment and they check the classified ads to see either their competitors' ads or whatever, they see my ad and, oh, new career outside of real estate. That's interesting. You click on it and say, our company is growing really, really fast and we need help with expansion. We're looking for someone who has great communication skills, who's a go-getter, who has leadership, who has good credibility, and who wants to work with a flexible schedule. Most of the work can be done from home. If you're the person that meets those criteria, just reply back to this ad with your contact information and the best time to reach you. And so I would get lots of leads, all for free. And so I generated a little bit over 700 leads, all free. Out of those, I sponsored 38 people into my business. Again, about 5% ratio, but less work. So I thought, I'm onto something here. I'm getting great, better leads, requires less effort to, when I communicate with them, and it still works. So is there another way that I could do it even better? And so then I start to learn about advertising online, like all kinds of, placing ads on Google. And I actually learned about SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. So I would create a website and rank on the first page of Google. And so I learned that, and I generated a bunch of leads through that. And so I needed to find who is my prospect, like who do I want to talk to. And when I had that in mind, I was looking for ways to reach out to that market. And so when RX launched, I said, I was thinking, like, who's my best market for RX? RX is just starting out, and no one really heard of it. I was used to being in a company like Nu Skin, where the company has been around for over 20 years. As soon as I mentioned Nu Skin, everybody heard of Nu Skin, but RX, no one heard of it. So I thought, you know what? There's a lot of network marketers out there who don't have a good home. They're with a company that's going down. Like, again, there's been, Wake Up Now. That's a company that just went down a few weeks ago. And so there are companies like that just are not solid, or owners make bad decisions, or it could be all kinds of reasons. So those networkers are left with no home, like no place, like nowhere to make an income anymore. So they're looking for something, or sometimes it's training, or they don't have the right training, right support. So that's a great group to go after, because they haven't heard about RX. And as soon as you mention to any one of them the name of your company, they don't know what it is. And so they're curious, they want to know more. So I thought, okay, I need to reach out to that group. So I started to learn about online advertising, and I got the search engine optimization. Then I did Google pay-per-click, and then I learned about Facebook. That Facebook was the big thing. So I said, okay, let me learn about that. So every single method that I could think of, I dived into it. I learned it, and I learned it until I was successful with it. And so whether it was buying leads, I spent hours on the phone calling people, and I sponsored people in my business. I learned about classified ads. It took me a while before I know how to place ads to who and what message to write, and not being flagged and whatever. So I did that. I generated like over 700 leads, 38 people sponsored into my business. Not products, just business. And then I did, SEO, search engine optimization. I generated, I don't know how many thousands of leads. I did that. And then Google pay-per-click, and then Facebook marketing. And still today I'm doing Facebook marketing. And next thing I'm looking at right now is video marketing. So any method you can learn, there are trainings out there. You just need to dive into it and implement it. You start with the end in mind, like who do you want to sponsor into your business? And then you say, okay, these are the people I want to sponsor into my business. Then what tools do I have to promote to that group? If the tools are available, fine. If they're not, create them. Okay, that's what you do. And then you create a funnel and you implement all of this. So for those of you who are thinking, yeah, but I don't have the technical skills to do all of this stuff, that's why Limitless comes in. That's why we're creating those funnels for you guys. And we start with the end in mind, like who do we want to attract? And then we say, okay, let's create a funnel for that, and then let's drive traffic through it. Okay, so that's why we're putting these things together. So one thing you can look at right now is you can think, well, what kind of tools do we have? Well, we have like the termination videos, the Tim Sales Speaks Out, where he talks about reps being terminated. So tell me in the chat box right now, I want to make sure you're still all awake. Maybe you're really paying attention, so that's why you're not typing. But tell me, who responds to a message about termination? Who's the target market for that? New work marketers, the terminated. Michael Paul. Exactly. Veterans, network marketers, reps and other MLMs that are going through termination. Exactly. You attract leaders. You attract people who are concerned about termination, people who are brand new to network marketing or haven't built a big group right now. Their concern is not termination. Their concern is, I want to have people to talk to, and I want to be able to talk to them in a way that gets them interested, and I attract them into my business. That's what the general network marketer is focused on. So those videos are basically targeting the bigger leaders. So you'd say, okay, if I want to recruit big leaders, then those are good videos for that. So then if you think of, let me ask you one last question. If you think of the video, Why Tim Sales Chose RX, who that video resonates with? Top MLMers. Mustafa. Network marketing leaders, folks with some MLM experience. Network marketers. Okay, so Nancy, James, you're right. All the others, you're right too. Like top leaders, yes, but also any network marketer, anyone who has an experience with network marketing has like aligned with that video, because Tim talks about the 5 pillars of choosing a company. You need to have all these things in place. And the way he explained those things, he makes you realize that most companies don't have all of those in place. And why, if you want to go long-term, build a solid business, you need to have all of those. So it resonates with any network marketer. So then you can take that and say, well, that's by itself could be used as part of the funnel. All right, so that's what you need to look at. So what we're going to start to do right now is we're going to really dive into more of this, like how do you recruit other people into your business. Now you know a little bit more about the products. Many of you signed up lots of customers onto the clinical packs, onto the the program Lose Weight, and you're getting great results with that, and you can still continue to do that. We also need to teach you how to get prospects into your business, because the thing is, guys, like Jenny said, when 3X launches, you don't want to be all by yourself starting to build. You want to have a team in place. So this is so important that you have things in place already, that when we launch this thing, we're going to go into massive momentum. But right now it's game time to recruit. So that's what we need to do. All right, so we're going to start to teach on that. We're going to have some funnels to help you recruit people. We're just really focused on that. So in the next couple of weeks, this is our focus. And right now, yes, you can even talk. Like, this is something I'm doing. Every day, I'm friending people who are in the industry. I'm going into MLM groups, and I look at the messages of people. When I see people make intelligent comments, or there are people I really like what they write, I message them, or I ask for friend request, and as soon as they friend me back, then I message them, and I just engage in conversation. What kind of conversation? Professional inviter. I'm just doing the greeting, and I'm moving to qualify and all of this. So we're going to start to teach you on these things, but basically I'm doing that. And then if someone tell me, what's your company? I'll say, you probably heard of Tim Sales, have you? And if they say no or yes, I said, well, just watch this video. And it's the video of Tim, why he chose RX. So I don't even need like the whole funnel yet. Even if I don't have it, I can still do this approach with anybody, on Facebook. And I've recruited people off of Facebook just like that. So it works really well.
Stefan, Tim was talking to me when we were talking about launching 3X. He says, you need to go out and get out your Coke machines, put lots of Coke machines out there, because when the new Coke comes, you're going to get lots of responses. So that's kind of like building our team. Let's go out and put lots of Coke machines out there, because we're going to have a lot of new Coke coming out here.
Yeah, and Tim is doing that too. All right, what he's doing is he's recruiting people on the weight loss program. And he's recruiting people into the business right now. And so when you see Tim explode, like his group explodes, why is this going to happen? It's because he's got, in these lines, like he's put people and he built below and he keep on building. And so that's what you need to do, is you need to build your team, put people, place people down below, build your group. That's what you should focus on. So this basically covers the Q&As for tonight. Do you guys feel, and just tell me here, do you feel we covered everything? Say yes or say no if you feel we need to have another call like this. Hope I'm not confusing you, but yes, we got enough. No, we didn't cover everything. Clear direction. Yes, yes. There's one no. Yes, yes. Thank you. I will ask you one more question offline. That's okay. All right, we're good. No, but I will call you directly, Karen. Yes. Yes, Martin. Thanks, Martin. Hey, my brother is there. An upcoming leader. All right, guys. So awesome. Guys, here's what you need to do. Make sure you respect the chain of command. What I mean by this is that I do very often receive emails from many people in the organization. I ask that you just go upline and try to find a person upline who can answer your questions. Okay? Just because I know I'm visible because I'm doing these webinars, and sometimes people have a tendency to reach directly to me, and sometimes I just don't have the time to answer everyone. I'm getting emails, I'm getting Facebook messages, I'm getting Skype messages. So just to try go upline, and if the upline is me, then fine. Okay, if not, go there upline and try to find the answer. And sometimes that person will connect with me and will be a three-way call and will answer your questions. I just want to make sure we respect that, because it's going to be the same for you guys. As you start to build your team, you don't want everybody in your team bypassing you and go straight to me. All right. And so it's important that you have this leadership that, we respect the chain of command. And so anyway, that's just a little request here, a little coaching. So I think we covered everything. We've got Stephen Powell. His hand is raised. I'm not sure, Stephen, if it's by mistake or if I didn't see a comment from you, but I'll just put your hand up. Can I chime in? Yes.
Hey, Stefan.
Hey.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, and you?
Oh, great. Hey, listen, I hear and have heard week after week, what is this 3X? How do I do this 3X? And you know what? I love the Limitless team, and I believe in, sometimes we got to do, it doesn't matter who's on whose team or who came from where. I have a 3X group that I'm currently running. I'm coming up on week 3. I have recorded week 1 and week 2. They were live webinars. It was the orientation. And I have them. I can send them up to you. You can fire them to whoever you want. So I'm going to send you 3 emails, and I'm already committed because these are 2 of my guys that got somebody on 3X. So I committed to doing an 8-week coaching program Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So I'm going to send you the first email is the recap from the orientation webinar that I did for the group. The second email is week 2, which is implementation of Hell Week. And then I'm going to send you a third email, which is the link to the webinar and the conference line that I will be using for the next 6 weeks. So anybody who is in Limitless that is wondering what is going on with 3X and how do I do 3X, feel free to join my group on Fridays because I'm already doing it. And you're going to learn how not only to do it yourself, you're going to get fantastic results, but you're going to be able to go out and coach other people as well.
Wow, awesome. Thank you for that. All right. Very good. Anything else, Stephen?
Nope, that's it. Thanks, everybody. Hope you guys have a great night.
All right. Thank you. Okay, guys. So before I close the call, we just want to confirm from the agenda, guys, I have Arlene, Jenny, Marcus, and Marilee. Was there? And I'm just going to unmute Marcus because I muted you earlier just because you were. We could hear you talk, but anybody has anything you want to add? I know we have to tell you about convention. Just in preparation, there's something we need to tell you. It's very important. But before we do that, anything else from the panelists here?
Hey, Stefan.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Marcus. I just wanted to say that there's some real gems in the toolsrock.com back office. There's one of my favorites. There's a video there, recruiting video with it's talking to the general public. It's really, really good. It's about Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Take a look at that. If you're on that Tools Rock system, take a look at that landing page. It's absolutely fabulous. So if you're looking for ways to generate prospects, and that has a autoresponder already tied into it, it's really nicely done. So check that out. That's just a little tip, something I've observed.
Well, thank you for that. That's awesome, Marcus. And it made, while you were talking, I was thinking about something, guys. I'd love to hear in the chat box here. Now, if we answered your questions tonight, that means this week you could all sponsor one person.
Yeah. There you go.
If not, why not? What's missing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing's missing? We're going to have a big group next week. Effort. Fear. Please, guys, type your answers. I want to hear this. What's missing? You can, like every single one of you, can sponsor someone this week? Anything's missing? Okay, so I see fear, practice, commitment, still learning how to communicate effectively, dealing with fear and the sense that I need to know everything, even though I know consciously that it's not true. Daily action, communication, keep the comments coming, guys. We have many more people than this on the webinar right now. Fear of rejection. Okay, okay, let's see. How much time did you spend learning? How much time promoting? As soon as I learn something, I implement. I don't learn everything. I just learn a little trick and I implement. I just go and take action. That's it. Just got Tim's audios. Need some time to go through them. Lack of self-confidence. Wow, this is revealing. Gosh, I'm so happy I asked you that question. Funds to buy Tim's first class MLM tools. I am just excited to get going. The converting funnel is the key for sure. Leads are the easiest. Good. You asking this question gets to the core of what we need. gems in this, fears to burn my warm market before the 3X ready. Martin! All right, step by step, document listing each step would be nice, but if and I'm patient here just so that you can think, right? But don't overthink. Like, don't create problems. What's really stopping you or preventing you from signing up one person this week? So, because sometimes when we're allowed to express, we just express more than really is going on, right? We love the drama, all right? So don't over exaggerate. Just think, yeah, if I had this, God, I could do it. Like, come on. I was with my brother today, and he was telling me a story. Actually, he told me that story the other a couple of days ago. But we were talking about our rental business. We rent snowmobiles, and can you believe like the amount of work necessary to get funding for the snowmobiles, the boats, and all of that? The the amount of paperwork with the government to prepare your taxes and everything for your business, the employees you need to hire, and then they don't do the job well, you need to fire them, and then training new people, and then doing advertisement, and then running all the papers with the accountant, and doing so many different things. It's just crazy the amount of work involved in a traditional business and even a job. Then you look at network marketing. I'm sitting here in my office, and I send a little text message to a friend, I give a quick call. Hey, I'm working on a project. Got to run it by you. And send them a video or a link. And I do a little follow-up. And what's the deal? This is the easiest thing. No, it's not the easiest thing. It's the simplest thing to do. And the reason it's not the easiest thing is because what's going on between those two ears is just completely crazy. All the stuff we make up, all the things that we think about, like, what is this person going to think of me? What if? All of these what if. That in the end, quite frankly, do you think they really mind? Like, do you think people care? They don't. People don't care. Like, you're going to think, oh, what is he saying here? People are more concerned about themselves than they are about you. Okay, they're more concerned about their own little life, of what's going on in their life, than they are about how you sound. If you do something stupid, then maybe they're going to talk about it once, but then they've got so many other preoccupations in their life that they're forgetting about this. They don't care. They care about themselves, of what they look, how they sound, how people think of them, more than they care about how you sound. So you make all of this stuff up all the time. So when you talk about fear, it's crazy. This is what's going on here. All right, this is preventing you from achieving so many wonderful things in your life. And it's not, and I'm saying you, it's not just you, myself included. I always have to go through, my fears. It's normal. When I was picking up the phone the first couple times, do you think it was hard? Oh gosh, yeah. Because first of all, I didn't know if the prospect would understand what I was going to say. And I had to make sure that they didn't reply or say anything, because I didn't understand. I would not understand what they say. So I would look stupid. So yes, it was tough. I was under fear, but I did it anyway. You know why? Because I had a big goal. And here's what happens. If your goal doesn't motivate you enough, then what not achieving the goal is gonna make of your life? All right, so if you think, yeah, my goal is to travel the world, yeah, but what if that's not motivating you? Then look at what not traveling the world is going to be in your life. What is that going to do in your life? You're going to miss so many things, right? And so my fear of missing on things in life were stronger than my fear of picking up the phone and doing what I needed to do. And you know what? As soon as you start to get in motion and you do it and you do it and you do it, you become better and better and better. And then the next thing you know, you become great. I woke up one day and I was teaching people how I'm doing this. And I said, what just happened? How comes I'm teaching this stuff? I was struggling. I couldn't make it work. And then now I'm teaching people. It's because I didn't, it's like my kids growing up. You don't see it. It just happens through time. And then one day you wake up and you look at them and you're thinking, wow, they're not the same. They're older. Where are those little kids I was playing with? And it's the same thing with your fears. It's getting in motion, doing the things that are holding you back. And I don't know, guys, but I know actually you are aging. I am aging. I don't want to spend another year of my life living with those fears, because time passes by so quickly. There's a guy who wrote a book, and in the book says, like he wrote in the book and says, Stefan, it's later than you think. This guy is Frank Kiefer, and he's anyway. He says, it's later than you think. So don't mess up. Take action. Do something. Get going. You don't have time. Time is the most precious commodity that you own. Make it happen. It's now, and we're right there. The company is growing so fast right now. It's crazy. And sometimes people think, oh yeah, but we don't have this. Oh, we don't have that. You know what? While you are thinking we don't have this, we don't have that, I am running. I don't care. I'm working with what I have. And I'm doing it. I'm making it happen every single day. And you know what? Here's what's going to happen. A couple, like 2 years from now, people are going to look back and they're going to say, oh yeah, but Stefan, he was there at the right time. He's not, it's not the same. He was working when, we just joined the business and he was there at the beginning. I had nothing at the beginning. When people were complaining, I was out there building. I don't have time to complain. I have time to build my business. That's all it is. So, all right. So from all these comments, and I know I'm keeping you up here, but guys, there's nobody leaving the webinar. So it looks like we're doing something good here. But guys, if I look at your comments, okay, let me just scroll back up. Just going to do a little bit of scrolling here. Okay, so funds for buying Tim's material. You have the boss. With the boss, you can run with this. It's already something you've got. Pick up the phone, call a couple people, improve on yourself. You have not only just the boss. Actually, Arlene opened a class for you to learn about this. Right? You can learn this stuff. You say, well, yeah, but I couldn't make it. It's during, a time I work, whatever. Go in upline updates, go under communication. We have role play sessions of the communication qualities and inviting formula. Go in there, do that. Okay? Make things happen. Communication, okay, so someone says, you're not good at communication, I just give you the answer. And it's pick up the phone. You can't be worse than I was. I couldn't speak the language. Okay, so while I could have gone and said, okay, I'm going to take English classes, I'm going to practice for 6 months, I got to do an immersion for a year, and all that time I'm not building my business. You know what? Forget this. I don't have time. I don't speak the language. I don't care. I'm just going to call. I'll see what happens. Worst thing that can happen is they hang up. All right? And the best thing that can happen is I hang up on them before they hang up on me. So anyway, just joking with you here, but guys, this is it. Okay, fear of rejection. Yeah, we just covered that. Eileen, you are the messenger. You're not the message. Use the tools. Use these things to help you build. Who's laughing? Okay. Let me just check here. Fears to burn, war market. You know, you're burning time. That's even worse. Okay, so that's it. Be more organized. Okay, Michael, you need to be more organized. Here's what you need to do. In the morning, you pick up the phone and you dial. That's your organization. Okay? That's what you need to be organized for. To have a phone next to you and have a prospect to talk. And those prospects could be everybody you know. Could be people on your friends list, on your Facebook. It could be like, do something. Reach out to people. Okay, Marcus, you have something? No. Okay. All right. So I can hear you, Marcus.
Okay, I was just going to say that you are on a complete roll. Just absolutely beautifully done. Very inspiring. Thank you.
Thanks, Marcus. Anyway, sometimes I just I don't know. It's because I've learned a lot of this the skills training because I had the fire to go for my dreams, for my goals. And you know, the skills were not there, but I was willing to go and learn them. I knew I could learn the skills, and I took action, and I did it. Does that mean I was not fearful? No kidding. I was fearful. And it still happens today. There are times where, yeah, I'm in fear. So what? I recognize it, and I just go for it. That's it. That's the game. We don't have to, we can't mess on time. Time is too precious. That's it. Do it. Take action. Do something. Whatever you're going to do, you're going to learn something from it. And you know what? Sometimes you think, yeah, but, you know, if I mess up, these are good prospects. You know, you've got good skills right now. You've got the boss. Learn it. Do it the best you can. Record yourself. And here's what's going to happen. There's, you know, how many billions of people on the planet? There's an abundance of prospects. I don't mind about reaching out to people I know. The good thing about network marketing is that you can reach out to people you know, and they're going to forgive you a big part of it because they know you. They like you. And that's why network marketing has grown to the business it is today, because it's built on that, on trust, on relationship, on people we know, and they forgive you for your lack of skills. The problem with network marketing in the past, from which you've learned maybe, is that people don't respect others. So they call their friend and they just regurgitate on them. All right, they just throw up on them. Everything they know, just know on and on and on. You learn at least enough to not do this. So just go expose people to the information. That's your job. You're going to be highly paid for doing that. And don't be afraid of messing up. Just do it. That's it. So, guys, I hope you have a great night, and leave some comments in our Facebook group. We want to hear about these calls, these webinars. Are they good? Are you getting something out of it? We want to learn these things, and it's important. I mean, it's just it create this you know, community with us. So we need to learn these things, and you're free to post on my personal wall. All right. So we want to hear this. That's great, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and thank you for all these comments. It really helped us, and we're probably going to have some more of these, you know, pep talk maybe, because I can see many of the comments were around fear and not being sure and all of this. So that's great. Thank you for joining us. And oh yeah, the convention. Just want to tell you, convention, here's what's going to happen. There's convention on the Sunday night that it begins officially with corporate. Our goal is that Saturday, my wife and I are going to be in Vegas. On Friday night, we arrive there, and on Saturday, we're going for an activity. So we're almost complete with the activity now, as far as not the booking, but as far as deciding what it's going to be. And so we're going to talk to you about this in the next couple of days. But for you who would like to participate with us and go on an activity together, please come in earlier. All right. So if you want to come in on Friday night or Saturday early morning, do that so you can join us and we can have some time together and fun and just have some adventure, whatever. And then Saturday night we can go out, eat together, and we want to spend time. All right, you're good friends. You're part of the team, and we really want to build this together as a team, a family, have a great time together. So make sure you do this. And on Sunday, we're planning to have a team event during the day. Evening is going to be the corporate convention starting. So during the day, we want to have some guest speakers, some people who are going to teach you stuff on the business. So we're going to get together during the day on Sunday. So if you're planning to book your trip right now, make sure you reserve those dates. And we will see you on the next webinar. Arlene, you want to say something?
Yeah, because I just want to let everybody know that rooms are going quickly. We're coming in on Friday also, and so we love to do things with you and Claudia, but it'd be fun for other people to be there with us and having a good time. But rooms are going quickly too, so don't wait too long because there won't be rooms for you.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Great to have you on the call, and we will see you next week. But this week, hey, we're not gone. We're here. We're in the group. We're building. We're bringing people in. And we're looking forward for your new rep this week. Talk to you later. Thanks. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Teresa.